This is a pretty common kind of story, but it happened to me personally about 20 years ago. Back in elementary school, my mom took me hiking in the mountains. I was an absurdly energetic kid, restless, couldn't sit still, the kind of brat who had no business being described as anything other than a handful. I kept charging ahead of my mom and the other kids we were climbing with, then waiting for everyone at each fork in the trail. So there I was at one of those forks, spacing out as usual, when I heard a crunching sound from below my feet. What's that? I peered down into a bamboo thicket just off the trail. There was a bit of a drop to get to it, and there was some guy I'd never seen before, digging in the ground. Being the little gremlin that I was, I obviously climbed straight down into the bamboo thicket. I leaned over the hole he was digging and went, "Hey mister, what you got down there?" He looked up at me with a kind expression. "Mountain yam," he said. "Wanna try digging?" And he handed me the spade. I had no idea what I was doing, but of course I took it. That's just who I was. If it was new, I wanted in. Honestly, 20 years later, nothing has changed. I'd barely gotten halfway through one scrawny little yam when I heard my mom's voice from up at the fork calling my name. She must have finally caught up. I said something like, "Thanks for playing with me." And he pressed two big mountain yams into my hands, patted me on the head once more, and said, "Take these home." I was over the moon. Some grown-up I'd never met had let me join in, and actually acknowledged that I'd worked hard. I'd been peppering him with questions about all the plants around us, definitely getting in the way. Some part of me knew that, and I never in a million years expected him to give me anything. I shot up both arms over my head, yams held high, and waved them around to show my mom where I was. She spotted me and came over. I turned to properly thank the man, and he was gone. The hole he'd dug, gone too. I just stood there, blinking, yams in my hands. I brought the yams home and did my best to explain the whole baffling thing to my mom in the way only a kid can. She laughed and told me off at the same time. You can't go bothering a god, you know. Everyone gathered together, and we all bowed toward the spot where I'd been. And me, being me, I buried half a chocolate bar in the dirt, which, at the time, was basically a treasure. Dear God of the mountain, thank you for looking after this little idiot.